Hello and welcome to my channel, Perfect Pastimes. My name's Amanda. I live in Dorset in the south of England with my husband and my 3 dogs, and I only have Willow with me at the moment. I think she's under the desk. Yeah, she's under the desk, so I've usually always got company. This weekend's been quite busy. I had my granddaughter come to stay for 4 days, which was so lovely, and I took her to my friend Linda's, who I do the glass work with, and I will pop in some pictures. You may have seen her on the still. She's only 10, so it was a new experience, but you can do glass work without some more of the dangerous parts. So she played with some little pebbles and some frit, and she did some birthday presents for her family. I was there to sort of just support her, really. I think it was slightly wonky actually. There we go. Linda said just make something, so I did join in. I only did a couple of small things that I could keep an eye on Olivia and make as well. So I made this little heart hanger with the beach and a yacht. I'm not sure if see it better there. And I made another little hanger. They're only quickie things to make, but Olivia enjoyed her morning. We did quite a few other crafty bits and went out and about, and as you can imagine, my Christmas in July has been on a bit of a back burner this week, but I wanted to do a podcast, and I thought I'd better combine it because Christmas in July was so little this week. So as a normal podcast, we'll start with what I'm wearing, and I finished my Xyla tee. Oh, I hope you can see it from there. The back yoke. I did slightly, they had either cap sleeves, short sleeves or long sleeves, and I did a sort of an intermediate sleeve, and I like the way that they're nice and loose because I don't have the smallest upper arm. The yoke is a nice squared neckline and it goes right the way around, and the hemline is just a reflection of some of that. Really pleased with the fit, considering, as you know, I struggled with the gauge on this one. Let me just see, it was it's in here somewhere, there we go. It's designed by Sandra Butler. It's on Ravelry. I used Malabrigo Silky Merino DK in the Piedras colourway, as you can see. Remember my little samples, I did 4.5 and a 4mm stitch, and I preferred the 4mm. Yeah, I started with the larger size because of the stitch count. It wasn't to do with the inches, it was to do with my inches per inch that I was getting with my particular kind of needles. So I'd worked out how many stitches I would get for the inches that I wanted, which I wanted a 41 inch circumference. So using the pattern that matched the number of stitches I had for that circumference, I followed the pattern, which was incredibly easy. It's just yarn overs and knit or purls together, and it's quite effective, I think, anyway. Lovely square neckline. It was a bit looser than this, so I don't know if you can see, I have picked up around the edge with a chain of crochet, which just gives it a bit more stability. Like I said, it's a two stitch I-cord bind off on the sleeves and a 3 stitch I-cord bind off on the hem, and I love an I-cord. Is there anything else? There is a bit of shaping in the pattern if you like it, if you want to, waist shaping. I wasted in a little and then went straight down. I know I know I wanted the slightly bigger size around the bust. I'm not a little girl. But I do have a waistline. I hate it when they assume because you're big, you want big, baggy, voluminous clothing all the time, and I don't. I like my clothes to fit me nicely and drape nicely. I don't like them clinging. I don't think I need to show everybody my lumps and bumps, but I have to accommodate the girls. So I did that in the yoke, and then when I came in from underneath the arms, I did a little bit of decreasing, tried it on again, and then shaped down straight. My 5-inch underarm seam was slightly larger than in the pattern, which I'm really pleased with. Like I said, I haven't got very nice arms under there, so I wanted it to cover my sins. So I have talked about this in a couple of other podcasts, but I'm really, really pleased with that finish. Another thing I finished, yeah, I had some lovely news of a friend in our craft group is going to be a nanny in December. She has 2 grandchildren, but they're step grandchildren from her husband's side of her family. And this is her actual daughter who will be expecting in December. So when my friends are expecting, or grandchildren expecting, I make them what I call as a nanny blanket. And this is one I've made for her. We don't know what sex the baby's going to be yet, so this is a lovely yarn that covers all bases, I think. Not that modern people worry about pinks and blues and things, but it's a nanny blanket. To me, is something that you keep in your own home rather than rely on mum lending you when you have baby. So you have it in your home for when baby comes to visit, and you've got something to wrap them up in, and then when they get a bit older they can have it as a teddy blanket or something. Now this is, I think it was a kit. It was called Sweet Baby Cuddles by Susie Rawlinson, and the Yarnsmiths Pebble Haze double knit, which is 33% acrylic and 67% cotton. This is called Seaham, and it was a 150-gram cake, and the border is Chalcedony in blue, and it's a lovely easy pattern, knitted up so fast, and it's just one cake and one ball. Nice size. So I'm going to put that in my gifting box for Claire later in the year. I hope she likes it. It's very soft cotton and it's quite easy care, so good for a baby gift or a nanny gift anyway. What else have I done this week? Oh. I have a friend who used to be in my art groups with me. She's an amazing print artist, and she's an ex-police lady, and she does an awful lot for community. And one thing she does do is help run a farm for disadvantaged young adults. They have a nice shop in there, and she sells all sorts of things in there to raise funds. They have a barn with a kiln in it and an art studio, and she does a lot of the classes in there. And she's always on the lookout at car boot sales for things that she can take into the shop to sell on or do up or improve in some way that then she can sell on to raise funds for this farm. Proper community lady she is. Anyway, she was at a car boot sale and she found a lady there who was selling yarn. It was her own alpaca yarn from her own herd of alpacas, and she was selling it at £2 a hank. If you're a knitter, you will know that is extraordinary. So my friend said to her, well, I will sell it in the shop for £6 a hank, and you can have the £4 and the shop can take the £2. So she's been doing that for a while, and the last shearing in the spring, she asked if I'd like some. So I said, oh yes please, and she spun a double knit. This is pure undyed. I think she has a couple of browns and a cream, and she cards them together. So this is pure alpaca in a double knit. They are 50-gram hanks. They feel more like, well, yeah, that could be 50-gram hanks, 100-gram hanks. I'm not sure. I will have to weigh them, and I'll put it on the screen. But she doesn't know the yardage. So I've had a look, and I still haven't quite worked it out what alpaca of a double knit should be ish as a yardage. Excuse me. Sorry, that was Gwynny breaking and entering. So I'm not too sure how big a garment I can make. I've bought 7 hanks because it's the same shearing and spin. It's so soft, it's lovely. I have never used pure alpaca. Ithaca East Coast Soft is an alpaca blown through a cotton tube, and I've got a few alpaca blends where the cotton or the linen or whatever supports it, or even the silk supports it. So if any of you, Liz, out there are spinners or knitters and spinners and know anything about the pitfalls of actually using 100% alpaca in a garment, could you let me know below? Will it shrink or anything? I do think I can remember somebody saying it can drop a bit once you've made a garment. So I have 7 of these, and I'm not quite sure what I want to make with them. I think a proper garment rather than scarves and mitts and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'll wait to see if any of you have got any suggestions anyway. Alpaca, 100% alpaca. I'd like to know. Okay, I will now go to my Christmas in July, because that's about all I've made at the moment, but I did do some finishes. I'm carrying on with a couple of other little bits like the blankets as and when, and I'm just trying to keep up with this at the moment because there's not much left of July, and I would like to have a proper finish or two. So my first finish for my Christmas in July was my doggy bauble. I'm really pleased with him. Bit sad that I won't be making enough for the rescue mind. They really did hurt my hands. I've had to put them in, if you have arthritis, you know about the compression gloves. Oh. Sorry, you can buy these compression gloves on Amazon. I've got quite a lot of these. They get dirty. I'll wash them. I've got a couple that I've cut the fingers down on, so that I can knit a bit easier and my needle doesn't go up the finger then. But because they are quite firm and warm, They help with the arthritis. If you suffer from painful joints, especially here, or you know, the knuckles, when we hold needles and things or do a repeat quite a lot, then that's where it can hurt, isn't it? So they are great. They're quite cheap on Amazon and very much worth it. I even wear them when I'm driving sometimes. So yes, he was made out of cotton yarn. If I find a nice 4-ply colour, pointer colour, I may give it a go in something other than cotton. But I'm over the moon with him. So he's come to stay for Christmas. That was my first Christmassy knitty thing. Because I wasn't going to do a whole raft of those, I went on to do I've just got a blocker just to show you a little better. If I can get that round. This is my Cornish Christmas sock so far. That's better, isn't it? You can see it now. There's that will be the afterthought heel. It obviously will be in the middle. I've just put it in there because of the shape of the DPNs at the moment. But you can actually see the pattern there. I've just started the pattern on the foot, and then I'll do the toe bit. And then I will be able to start the second one. So I think I spoke more about this on the last Christmas in July podcast. So really pleased with that. It's quite a big sock, but it'll be for winter boots anyway. So tonight I will be getting on with the toe end of the pattern, and then the toe itself with that one, which will be nice. What else have I got? Alpaca. Right, my cross stitch of my Winter Wonderland is now up to this stage. And somebody asked me about my setup on here. This is on a roller frame, and it's the easy clip. You see the easy clips in there. There's a groove down the roller. You put the fabric in and clip over. I like to keep it as flat as I can, really, when it's this big, rather than a hoop. A hoop would just mark it, but yeah, you can see the roller's better that side. Elbis easy clip. Yeah, there is a bit of wadding in there just to protect the fabric too. And these are just some frame nappies I made myself. That keeps the grubbiness off where the fabric goes over the roller. I know you can buy the ones that go all the way around, but I've just got these. I have a Lowry floor frame, and I like it to clip onto the wood bit there when I use the floor frame, or I have one of the barrel desk. It depends how much I plan on doing at that particular time. So that's how far along I have got on the Star of Wonder by Bothy Threads. It's quite nice to put on an Audible book and get on with for a little while. Like I said before, I do time myself on that one. A little and often is better, so perhaps I'll do a 15 minutes and then go and do something else. for an hour and then come back to it. So breaks are good. Excuse me. What else was there? My last thing for Christmas in July, my first ever Christmas in July, is my Advent. The Rika Rumi 24 Days of Christmas Advent from last year. Like I've said before, it is out there. I'm not doing any spoilers for anybody who hasn't done it. I can't remember where we got up to last time. Was it 18, 19? I've got it all written down somewhere on one of my numerous notepads. Anyway, I did finish my third tree. And my 6 orange slices. So they're all done. I haven't done any more tassels yet. I'm waiting for the end. Is it this notebook? Yes, I'm waiting for the end to see what I've got left to make all the tassels and pom-poms with the leftover-ish fabric. I know there's yarn in here to make that, but on the picture there's an awful lot to fill in all the spaces, as you can see. So I thought if I do all the proper things, the trees, the hats, the orange slices, the little snowmen, I think that's most of the crochet things. All the rest is pom-poms and tassels and cord. There's some cord stuff there. Then I can use it all up until the actual cord itself is full. So I saved, I can't remember where we got to. I can remember doing the gold lame. So that was day 13. 14 was some stuffing. 15 was colour. 30 which was the colour 30? Seven. There we go. That was colour 30, which was day 15. Day 16 was colour 7. Like a flesh tone. Day 17 was, I'm not very organised today, am I? The snowball pattern. So day 18 was another spin. At some point I had a white ball. 19 was some more wooden beads, which I put in number 7 with the other ones. 20 was a neon pink. Let's see if I can get that better. It really is a neon pink. And what that's got to do with Christmas, I'm not too sure. 21, what day are we today? 23, 21. Another Retly packet. Some large sleigh bells in there, so I'll pop them in with the other bells. 22 Rika-Rumi gold silver lame. I think that's mainly for tassels and pom-poms. And today's 23 is another white. I see snowmen in my future. And as it's the last day tomorrow, I will open 24, but don't tell anybody. And this is the red. With the hat pattern. That's a good picture of how they're layering them up actually, with the pom-pom, the beads, the bells and the tassel. And that's the Rika-Rumi 29. Beautiful red actually, I like that. So that is the end of my actual Christmas in July advent. The boxes are now all empty. So I will fold down these boxes, I think, and put them in recycling. I can't think of any use that I would have for numbered boxes, honestly. I know I've spent years, like a lot of you, I've said, oh, I'll keep that for such and such and such, and then not used it. So I am not going to kid myself. I will fold them down and put them in recycling. Not even the grandchildren, because their advents I make for them are so mismatched in sizes. But I will use the large box to store all this in while I'm making the parts. At the moment I've got everything in a basket, so I may as well put it in the box that they came with. Then hopefully next time I see you I might have a few more done. I think I'll probably do a little wrap up of the Christmas in July towards the end of the week next week, and see if I've got anything actually on this cord, which would be lovely. Is that everything? I've done the advent, I've done the socks, I've done the bauble, I did you the cross stitch, I showed you the frame. Thank you for asking. So thank you for coming back and spending some time with me. I am so grateful that you're here. Don't forget, if you've got any comments on using pure alpaca yarn, let me know in the comments below. I'll be very grateful. Or even a nice pattern. I'll put all the links below, especially like the Xyla tee. It's not called a Xyla tee, it's just called the Xyla after her granddaughter, but it is a t-shirt. And I can see me making some more of these with those lovely yarns. I'm so pleased how this came out fitting wise, it was lovely. Please don't forget to like it. If you haven't subscribed, I'll be grateful if you would, because it just makes my little channel grow a bit more. It's lovely to see you all. Not that I can actually see you, but I like hearing from you in the comments anyway. So take care for now, and I will hope to see you soon. Bye.